Hey guys, it's Kelsey. In today's video, I am going to show you how to make a low sugar chocolate frosty with your Ninja Slushie. Now I've made all kinds of drinks with the Slushie and I'm pretty sure that the Wendy's Frosty has been the most popular recipe that I have made a video on. So this is going to be the low sugar version of that. And I know a lot of you are looking for lower sugar drinks to make with your Slushie. So originally I wanted to make a sugar-free Frosty, but I stumbled into some problems because every ingredient in the Frosty has sugar in it. And surprisingly, just regular dairy milk has a lot of sugar in it, which I did not even realize that. So I kind of changed my plans, and this is now a low sugar Frosty instead of a sugar-free Frosty. So this version that I'm making today will have like 17 grams of sugar, which honestly kind of sounds like a lot, but it's all from milk. I really had no clue that dairy milk has so much sugar in it. So the sugar in this recipe is all from milk. Now, if you want to make a completely sugar-free Frosty, you will need to find a non-dairy sugar-free milk. And there are plenty of them out there. I did attempt to do that, but I could not find a non-dairy sugar-free milk that tasted decent. I actually bought this, which is Ripple. I actually read the reviews and it got pretty good reviews. So I was expecting it to taste pretty decent, but it tastes like dirt. And I know what dirt tastes like. I've worked a lot outside in the yard. It tastes like dirt. So I abandoned that. Again, if you want to make a completely sugar-free Frosty, you can. You just need to find a sugar-free, non-dairy milk that tastes good, and then you can go from there. So that is enough of my explanation. Let's get down to the recipe. So as I mentioned, you're gonna need milk, and I went with dairy because I could not find anything better. And this is just regular whole milk, and it has actually 12 grams of sugar in it, which is news to me. So that is gonna be your first ingredient. You're gonna need 4 cups of that. Okay, so the second ingredient that you're gonna need a sugar-free chocolate syrup. This is Hershey's zero sugar chocolate syrup. If there's a brand that you like better, you can definitely use that. Now you do need to mix this quite a bit. So you're gonna pour your milk into a bowl. You're gonna pour your 6 tablespoons of this syrup and then use a whisk and whisk quite a bit. Don't use a spoon. I found that it didn't mix as well. So definitely use a whisk, but whisk that together. Third ingredient, you're going to need 4 ounces of sugar-free Cool Whip. Now 4 ounces is half a container and this comes frozen. So you're gonna want to let it thaw and then you're gonna take half of that and then you're gonna put it in your bowl and you're gonna continue to use that whisk and whisk it all together. Now your last ingredient, this is your sweetened condensed milk, but it is sweetened with Splenda. So that takes the sugar out of it. However, it has milk in it. So there is still sugar in this. This actually has 5 grams of sugar per serving because of the milk. So that is your last ingredient. Again, it is 7 ounces, so half a can, and you're going to pour that into your bowl and continue to use your whisk. And I have done that already, and I'm gonna grab that out of the fridge. So here it is, and it actually looks like a melted Frosty already. The color is identical to a Frosty, and that is because your sweetened condensed milk with Splenda is, I'll show you. It looks like butterscotch. It is not like normal sweetened condensed milk, which is like a whitish, well, cream color really. This actually tastes good. I tried it just out of curiosity, and it tastes way better than regular sweetened condensed milk, but that is what's making this the color like of the Frosty. So that's kind of cool. All right, so now you've got everything together and it's time to pour it into your machine. Now I'm actually gonna do an experiment here. Instead of pouring all of this in, I'm gonna go between your minimum and your max fill. Now again, this is the FS300. This is the smaller capacity machine. If you have an FS301, it's not gonna look like this. But the reason I'm not filling it to max is because when I set it to my milkshake +1, which that's the setting that you're gonna wanna use, it would not go past 3 bars. And I believe it was because it was like overfilled and the machine was basically protecting itself from like overheating. So it would not go past 3 bars. So this experiment, I'm not going to fill it to max fill, and I'm going to see, is it going to go up to 6 bars where I actually want it to go, or is it going to stay at 3? So we will see. It turned out fine at 3, but you know, I would kind of like it to be a little thicker, like a real Wendy's Frosty. So anyway, we're going to see what it does. Okay, so I would say that is pretty good. And again, you are going to be using your milkshake setting +1. So that is 6 bars. So we're gonna see, is it gonna go to 6 bars or is it gonna stop at 3 for some reason? But anyway, I will be back to let you know how it goes. All right, guys, I am back. Now my experiment to see what happens, since I only filled it partially, it went up to 4 bars this time, not up to 6 where I had set it. I don't know why. I'm really curious if you guys make this, especially if you have the FS301, which is the larger machine. Does it actually go up to 6 for you? I'm really curious. Please let me know if you guys know why it's doing this or you've noticed this. But anyway, let's see how it turned out. Oh, it's nice and thick. All right, so I have made this before. So this is not the first time I've had it. And I want to be totally honest with you. It doesn't taste like the Frosty that you would get at Wendy's. It's sugar-free. I mean, sugar-free is never going to taste like the full sugar version, but I think it tastes really good. Let's see if I still feel that way. Yeah, I do. It tastes really good. In fact, my husband, who whenever I try to make anything healthy, he doesn't like it. And I caught him eating this like it was normal. Like he thought it was really, really good. And he, like I said, never really likes anything when I try and make it healthier. So it turns out really good. Yeah, it's just like a lighter version of the real thing. One thing I wanted to mention that I forgot, instead of buying milk and then buying the chocolate syrup, you can buy chocolate milk, lower sugar chocolate milk. The one that I was going to buy is called True Moo Zero Sugar. Now it's 0 sugar added. It still has sugar because it's dairy milk. But if you're just wanting to skip a step and buy, you know, chocolate milk already, that's the only one that I could find that had low sugar. Any other chocolate milk out there has like 29 grams of sugar per serving. So that is an option if you want to like skip a step. And as far as the actual sugar content, the real chocolate Wendy's Frosty has 41 grams of sugar per serving. Mine that I made here has 17. So that is about 41% less sugar than the original. Now, of course, that depends on the serving size, but what I made here, about 17 grams. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm really encourage you to try and make a 100% sugar-free Frosty. And if you do, and it turns out, please let me know what dairy-free 0 sugar milk you ended up using, because I would love to try that myself. Now, the sweetened condensed milk with Splenda has, the sweetened condensed milk with Splenda does have sugar in it. So I think you're always going to have a little bit of sugar in it, because I don't believe you can find a sweetened condensed milk without sugar. But anyway, it would still be less sugar than this and way less sugar than the original. But if you like the original and you haven't actually made that, I will link that video in the description. And I also have a bunch of other sugar-free drinks that I've made, and I will link that in the description. But that is it for today's video. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the recipe or any of the things that I talked about. And of course, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.